Well, the B Amsterdam, which is the biggest co-working space in Europe, actually. I know there's now Station F, which is almost now the biggest because it's in a single campus, I think. But in terms of square meters, B Amsterdam claim to be the biggest. And for me, I think it's an inspiration. Inspiration in the sense that it speaks to my thinking around how you build ecosystems and how you build communities, and the place of communities in supporting and inspiring tech entrepreneurs to actually be able to build that future or the world that they see. You come into this massive place which used to be IBM's office. I think, according to them, the typewriter was invented in this building. That's what I think I heard. Fantastic space, tons and tons of tech companies at different levels, different sizes, and also all sort of organizations as well, from accelerators to I think some investors and name it, different kind of organization within a single building. And it represents really, in my mind, the movement that is behind the way we use technology to change or improve the world we live in. It is a movement in my mind. It is a unique community in the sense that not everyone understands what it takes to, say, build a successful business, or even the thinking behind most of the technology startups or companies that we're seeing today. And as such, I think that understanding needs to exist within a community where there's common understanding and there's common resources that people can pool to support. When you come into this building, what you see, which I find really, really interesting, is the intention. The intention, it is intentional. This is not by chance. It's not what we often talk about in most African countries, where we just see the technology or startups ecosystem and we jump on the bandwagon and we say we want to create the same thing. There's intention behind it. And you'll find tons of this across Europe, but each one of them is always unique, which is my perspective as to how we build the ecosystem, is why I think Yaba in Lagos is quite unique, and there's nothing else like Yaba in the whole of Africa. But that doesn't mean Yaba is the best, or Yaba is the holy grail, or where everyone needs to go. I believe that ecosystems and communities can evolve in different locations, but people need to be more intentional around what they're trying to build. So if you ask me, for instance, if I have the power and I have nine lives to do much more than I'm currently doing, I'll be engaging the government in, say, places like Cross River State to turn Tinapa into talent hub for the whole of the continent, because the investment that is gone into that facility, which is not being used for anything, could easily be turned into where you attract the likes of Andela, Switch, Find Worker, and all those companies that are trying to train talent. Let them go set up their campus there. And once you have such a campus, people who go there are less distracted, they are focused on learning, and before you know it, that becomes the hub for talent in the whole of Africa. And Africa is desperately being asked to provide tech talent to the world. You can get the same thing in Aba, for instance. Aba, I don't see any reason why we can't build mobile technology center of excellence in Aba. Aba is known for manufacturing. In the whole of Africa, despite the way we use mobile technology, our obsession and interest in it, there's not a single center of excellence, to the best of my knowledge, for mobile technology in the whole of Africa. Why can't Aba be the central place for that? Someone can create that. We can begin to say, how do we pull people together who wants to understand how to build mobile technology and make Aba the center of excellence. And what you will begin to see is entrepreneurs will start to cluster around that same place. We can then pull resources towards that single place, and the resources will be towards helping people understand how to build mobile technology. I think this is something I'm super excited about. I'll probably talk more about it again when we get to maybe Paris or all these other very inspiring co-working spaces that we're coming across in Europe. But I think the lesson for me is how intentional we have to be. We have to be absolutely intentional if we want to make good of the excitement that is around